G'day guys, today I am committing probably the number 2 cardinal sin, and that is I'm about to do an exercise that is arm focused on within a squat rack. So without further ado, today's exercise that we are looking at is the bodyweight skull crusher. Now the reason why I set it up here is because we want this nice long straight bar, but you can do this off any instrument that's going to hold your weight first and foremost, and you're able to get on a slight angle, and you'll see what I'm talking about in just a moment. Smith machine's really good. Also, you could probably disrack a couple of preset barbells and adjust your height off that and then go off there. But yes, one of the best and most underutilized bodyweight exercises there is, especially for your triceps. I would argue it's right alongside the dip. The only reason the dip probably outperforms this exercise is because you could probably load the dip up with a weight belt. This, however, I haven't quite come across a way to load it up. However, I'm sure there's a way too. The only way you can make this progressively harder is to take the bar height down further and further, closer to the ground, and also take your feet out further and further. So how do we set up for this exercise? Well, it is a skull crusher. So the first point of call is that I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to have them in line with my shoulder width, because we want to think about line of push in this particular case, but the real way to describe this is line of pull. And so let's talk about line of pull. What line of pull is when a weight is traveling from point A to point B, we want that in a straight line when it comes to your arms, right? Because your arms are a hinge pattern. So for example, if I'm doing a bicep curl, I want my wrist, my elbow, and my shoulder joint to all be in a line, okay? And coming up, and all of that is traveling in one straight direction. I should be able to draw a line from this anchor point all the way down to my hand, and it going up and down a straight line. Now, where people get themselves in strife, especially with the tricep exercises, they may or may not start flaring their elbows out, okay? So they might be traveling in sort of this direction here, or if I'm doing a push down, elbows are coming out like so, and you can see that the line of pull isn't straight versus if I'm coming up and down like that. So first point of call is that we want to make sure that our hands are in line with our shoulders, because we're going to tuck our elbows in so that we create that nice straight line. So next point of call is we're going to tuck these elbows in. Now, what do we know about this particular exercise, and what do we know about the triceps? Well, this particular exercise places a lot of strain on our long head of our tricep. Our long head of our tricep goes over 2 joints, okay? And that joint is your elbow, and it inserts up and into your shoulder blade, whereas where 2 of the 3 heads only travel across the elbow joint. So little rule of thumb with that, anything that you're pushing down like so will activate primarily those 2, well, it's going to activate the entire tricep, but it'll really target those 2 short heads, and then anything above your head, or in sort of probably from about 90 degrees onwards, up and above your head, you're going to place a lot of strain on that long head. So it's really good to mix exercises such dips, skull crushers, with things like push downs and rope pull downs and exercises like that. So, right. What else do we want to know? We want to know that because it goes over 2 joints, we need to make sure that we create an anchor point for it, or we stabilize one of the 2 joints in order for the other joint to do, oh, this is going to be a bit confusing, do the primary work. So what I'm trying to tell you to do is make sure that you lock up your shoulder blade in order to execute through your joint, through your elbow, because that's where we want all that load traveling through, is into our triceps via our hinge pattern through our elbow joint. Right, so let's think about this. what we want to do, our hands are in line with our shoulders. We're going to roll our elbows in, and then the way we're going to shore up our shoulders is by pulling our shoulder blades back and down. This follows our acronym. Stability comes from our shoulder blades. So our acronym is STEP, stability, number one. Let's create tension. What we are going to do is bring these elbows in. That should place a little bit of tension onto your elbows, and then we're going to fall in and under and press back out again. Okay, what we know about the tricep, obviously it goes up onto our shoulder joint, and it's going to mimic the pattern of, say, a pullover. Okay, so you may feel this through your lats. Now it's important that we get a big deep stretch as we're at the bottom part of the lift because of where the tricep inserts. So you may feel a little bit of this through your lats, but primarily we want to be pushing through the elbow joint. Okay, so again, we're going to bring our hands in. You could probably bring them in a bit tighter. So currently my pinkies are on the start of the nail. My elbows are going to be tucked in. I'm coming in and under. Okay, shoulder blades are pinned back and down. I'm going to press through that elbow, and again, press through that elbow, and I'm getting a big, deep stretch underneath the bar, and press. Now, like I said before, to make this exercise harder, we could lower the bar and place greater tension through these triceps. Team, this is one of the best bodyweight exercises for your triceps, and I cannot suggest this exercise anymore to give it a go and have a crack at it. If you do have poor shoulders mobility, then maybe just err on the side of caution. Start maybe a little higher and then work your way under. But yes, that there, team, is how to do a bodyweight skull crusher.